My goal is that by the end of this video, you've learned how beneficial yet simple this process can be. Hi there, my name is Chelsea, and if you are new to my channel, I'm here to share all things self-love and self-care. In this video today, I'm going to share with you the power of incorporating a journal practice and the 5 styles of journaling that works best for me. Journaling is a beautiful way to identify complex emotions, and this is really helpful if this is an area that you struggle in. I used to feel really out of tune with my own feelings, and my journal practice has helped immensely. I seriously journal almost every day and sometimes even twice a day. And not because I feel like I have to, but because I genuinely want to. It may sound like this all takes a bunch of time or it's this really rigid process, but it's actually really simple. And it normally takes me about 5 to 15 minutes on a given day. I just use a simple notebook and pen. Studies have shown that when you do pen to paper versus typing, it's more of an intimate process, and there are a bunch of benefits that come with that. So I would heavily consider taking that approach. That being said, do whatever feels right for you. If you'd rather type it out on your phone or computer, that's totally up to you. And if you're at all worried about privacy issues, I do understand. You could, for example, purchase a $30 shredder, or you could just find a really nice hiding spot, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. So let's get started. These are the 5 styles of journaling that I practice. Style number 1 is the free write. This one is perfect for venting out your feelings in a safe space. The good, the bad, the ugly, the exciting, the boring, really anything goes here. The only suggestion I would share is to just be as open and honest as you can, because if you do that, you're gonna get the most out of your experience. This is also a great opportunity to process your triggers. And by triggers, I mean those really intense feelings that seem to come out of nowhere. And it doesn't always seem proportionate to what's happening in that moment. And the best way you can do this is just be really honest with yourself and ask yourself why. Why does this make me feel this way? And you kind of peel back those layers one at a time until you get to the root of that trigger. This is really helpful because once you know the root cause, you can begin to heal this so that this is no longer an issue. Style number 2, gratitude lists. Typically what I like to do is I'll start off with the venting style of journaling first, and then I like to end it with a gratitude list and just kind of refresh my perspective for that day. This could be small things like I'm grateful for my hot cup of coffee and a sunny day, or it could be the bigger things. It could be I'm grateful for my relationships and my health. Just as many things as you feel like putting down. There's no right way to do this, just anything that makes you feel grateful. Because even on those really tough days, there's always something to be grateful for, and sometimes we just need a reminder. So this process is really good for that. Style number 3, the Daydream. This is something I do maybe once or twice a year, but it's just nice to have a designated space and time where you can imagine what your dream life would look like. No restrictions, no defeating thoughts, no rules, so that you can remind yourself that you can design whatever kind of life you want to live. This style of journaling can be really fun and inspiring. Style number 4, write a letter to yourself. I typically reserve this style for the days where I just feel really discouraged and defeated and like I need a pep talk. And what I do is I tell myself what I would like to hear from someone else in that moment. And you'd be surprised how well this actually works in making you feel encouraged, inspired, and uplifted. And the best part is you can give that gift to yourself. It might feel a little awkward or like it's super corny, but no one else is gonna look at this except for you. And no matter how weird it feels at first, I promise you it helps. And It doesn't have to be this long drawn out letter. It totally can be, but sometimes it's just a couple sentences for me. Just do whatever feels right for you in that moment, and it works better than you would think. And the last style is style number 5, positive affirmations. This one is helpful, especially if you're used to being really hard on yourself. It's replacing old self-defeating narratives with what you would like to be true. And it's not an overnight process. You don't wake up the next morning believing everything you wrote down, but it's a step-by-step process, and it's just about building new habits. And if you aren't used to being kind to yourself, it might feel really awkward, but you have to start somewhere, and this is a really good place to start. You'll want these phrases to be in the present tense. And I like to use I am statements. So that could look like, I am enough, I am intelligent, I am personable, I am lovable. It's just whatever you would like to feel about yourself, you put that after I am. And it's really that simple. And lastly, you might be more interested in a guided journal. If you are new to journaling and you just don't know where to start, or if you crave a little bit more structure, these are really helpful. I have one right here. It's called the Self-Healer's Journal, and I'll kind of give you a peek at what it would look like. But there's a different journal prompt for each day, and it doesn't mean you have to do it every day, but it's just a general guide. And these are really nice to have. I will link some of my favorites below, including this one, and these could work as really good Christmas gifts for yourself or for a loved one. So these are another great option as well. I hope this video today helped you learn the power of incorporating a journal practice. This is such a simple yet special way to show up for yourself, and it is definitely a form of self-care. I think you'd be surprised how helpful journaling can be on so many different levels, and I think that we all deserve a safe space where we can check in with ourselves, and I believe that journaling definitely allows that to happen.